Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Rich Fowler. I've been excited about putting together this American River Bike Patrol. And Tim and I went down to Fremont the other day and met with a guy who had been a patrol for some time, and he walked us through what he carried with him as he was patrolling. And I have laid out in front of me the things that he pretty much carried with him. So I'm just going to walk through it and give you an idea of what maybe you would want to carry as a patroller. I'll first talk about the tubes. I have two different size tubes, and I think I would only take two. One is a 26-inch tube with a Presta stem rather than Schrader, and then a 700 size tube, again with the Presta rather than Schrader. The reason for that is that Presta may not fit exactly, but you can use the Presta on any rim, and Schrader you can't. So I would suggest a Schrader rather than a Presta rather than Schrader. And then to put air, probably the thing that you're going to run into the most are flat tires. And so you're going to need a repair kit like this, or the tubes. So a repair kit or patch kit. And then to put air in the tubes, I prefer the CO2 tubes with the head. And I would carry a couple extras in case needed. I would also bring a small pump so that if I run out of air from the CO2 tubes, I could still help somebody get air in their tires. And then to change a tire, you're going to need the tire irons, or in this case plastics. I like these that are made by Trek, but anything that works for you would be good. I'm also going to just walk through some tools here, but this is a spoke wrench, and the reason that I picked this one is because it has several options of sizes. A lot of spokes have different size heads on them, and so this one has like 8 different sizes that you could use. And so I would recommend a spoke wrench like this rather than one that just has one option. You may run into broken chains, and so I have 2 different kinds of chain tools that will break or take apart a chain. You could take out a bad link and just rehook it. Mostly what you're doing is helping people to get so that they can get back home and get a new chain. So there are 2 different kinds of chain breakers, one this bigger one and a smaller one. I recommend that you have one, and we will do lessons later on about how to use these tools. And then you definitely want a tool like this that would have the different size hex wrenches. Mostly on a bike, you're going to need the sizes 4, 5, and 6. And so this one has that. It also has 2 screwdriver heads, which I like. It has the flathead and the Phillips. And so you probably want a bicycle tool that has 4, 5, and 6 hex wrenches, and then a flat and a Phillips screwdriver. And then this is also a very useful tool. It has sizes 8, 9, and 10. And that's most of the bolts that you would need to be able to tighten or loosen on a bicycle. So that's a tool that I carry. This is another version of this. It has the same 3, 4, 5, and 6 sizes. It's just a different kind of option for this. This is probably really important to carry. This is an 8-inch crescent wrench. I carry this because a lot of the older bikes or kids' bikes will have nuts to hold the wheels on rather than the quick release. And you need to be able to have a wrench to take the bolts off if there is a flat tire or a chain issue. This is probably the least important thing, but if you are filling up tires, you may want to test to see how much air you got in. And so this is the tester for the air. I like to carry some duct tape. I've just taken some and put it on a spool, and that comes in really handy if you have a torn tire or something you need to repair. Your phone is going to be a really important tool. I mean, that's how you're going to reach the sheriffs or the ambulances, and we will have a set of numbers that you will need to carry with you. If you run into people who are completely out of energy, you may want to have a power bar of some kind. This is a hydration thing that I carry. It's like an Old Fizzy that you just put in water. People may be just completely depleted, and this could help them get rehydrated. I'm not going to go into details about the first aid kit, but a small first aid kit, and Dr. Jim will go through what he thinks should go in that, but that will be down the road. I like to carry some rubber gloves because sometimes chains are just really nasty, and you have to get down there and pull and tug on them if they get stuck. So a pair of rubber gloves. If people are sunburned, they may want some sunscreen, and then a rag to wipe your hands. So those are the things that I can think of right now. We are looking forward to being out on the trail, and these are at least some of the things that you ought to consider having with you. Thanks a lot.